our cities are evolving. What Gauteng was 20 years ago is very different to what it is today. And the question is, who is reaching out to the new people and the new communities that are coming around us? What is the Gauteng Alliance, and why do we think church planting is the way to transform and reach our city? We collaborate generously for kingdom growth and gospel impact in all of Gauteng.
The purpose of the Gauteng Alliance Church Plant Residency is also to collaborate generously, but with individuals, churches, denominations, and/or networks to help plant, and this is an important word, healthy, multiplying, gospel-centered churches throughout the Gauteng area. In a typical week, as you are working with your church, we either place you with a church plant if you're not specifically coming from one, or the church that sends you is where you are, and you get experience there, you get exposure there, but you also get released to be able to give time to the residency, but also to give time to your plant that needs to get off the ground within the next year. And so the idea is that you would plant in the next year. So the idea of a plant is not that we are a college or a school and they come and we prepare them and we send them. It's more that the residency would be almost like an incubator, a space, a starting point, a launch pad for a sending church and whoever we find across Gauteng, and maybe even globally in terms of we think of prayer partners and donors who we can find to influence this planter, to raise them up, to equip them, etc., etc., and so that they go plant with a massive support system and structure. It's not a thing that you do alone. And your sending church is a very strong part of it, but you'll have in its essence a lot of people who are with you.
Why are we involved, and why have we decided to try and be something that you call an anchor church? So it took place a few years ago when Church Without Walls, Kerk Sonder Mure, KSM, were convinced that church planting was the best way of increasing our gospel influence in our city, in our area, and also in our province. So we decided at that stage, we felt that the Lord led us into the direction to decide that we must become a church that plants churches.
To reach the whole of the province, it really takes all of us working together, all of us finding ways, partnering with one another in various ways to see how is it that the gospel can spread. And that needs for us to collaborate and to be generous in the way in our posture. And we are passionate about not only just reaching Gauteng, but we want to reach all of Gauteng. Diversity matters to us. Reaching to every part of the city matters to us, whether it's the inner city, whether we are talking about the townships, whether we're talking about suburbia, and even, God willing, even the rural areas of Gauteng.
This is something I'm excited about, to see Gauteng Alliance celebrate people planting in Gauteng. It's something that warms my heart to imagine churches and pastors being excited that churches are planted close to their church. Competition is created, or whatever you want to call it. This is something beautiful, to see a city-wide collaboration of saying we all want to see more planters. If someone plants, praise the Lord. We celebrate this and we commission the planters to go. And then we'll have a mid-year dinner, which is something I'm very excited about, because that's when we invite a couple of strong influencers and strong guys, and we invite the resident pastors, the pastors who send residents, and we invite them to come and listen to the proposals of the planters. Like, where are you at? It's been 6 months. What's happening in terms of the finance? What's happening in terms of the launch team? What's happening in terms of who's praying for you? Are you meeting with non-believers in the area you want to plant in? Do you know non-believers in the area you want to plant in? And so a bit of scrutiny maybe to help our planters think practically about what's needed in the very near future, especially when we're 6 months down the line.
But I want us to kind of dream a bit more. and not only think, how is it that I can replicate my church in another area, but how is it that we can plant and create community of Christians that not only reach out to the people that I know and the people that I'm familiar with, but kind of reaches out to various amounts of people. And so in essence, that is what the Gauteng Alliance is aiming to do. We are praying and trusting God that God will make a movement. And what the Gauteng Alliance is trying to do is trying to create the ecosystem for that particular movement to take place. Through church planting, through the starting and the planting of churches, we think that is the best way that God has given us. Statistics show this time and time again, to reach out to new people so that the gospel still continues to do the work that God has set for it to do.